What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for jumping into another video with us. So today is Tuesday, April 29th, and let's talk about what the market did today. So first thing obviously we need to talk about is the S&P 500, which you guys know I have shared with you many times. Pretty much controls the market. When we talk about what is the stock market, it's the S&P 500. Yes, you have the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, okay? But primarily 157 stocks, the ones that we love to be in, are managed and monitored through the S&P 500. If the S&P 500 runs down, most of the stocks that we like to day trade or look at run down. If it's running up, most of the stocks that we like to trade in will run up. That's not always true about every single one of them, though, because some of them are not connected. But the S&P 500 has several key stocks in it, the Magic 7, and many other stocks within it that do cause it to run up and down. So what did we do today? Well, there was a lot of discussion in the last couple of days about the S&P 500, and on Monday, what would it do, what would it hit, and then Tuesday, would it follow? Today, we had some pretty good results in the S&P 500. Listen, at the end of the day, we opened, running green, and we finished the market day green. Okay, the market today opened up, as you can see from the chart, pre-market, we opened up at $548.27, and we had some resistance as we got up here at about $553, which we knew there's a resistance level here. I don't typically trade the SPY, so I don't have my resistance level set here, but I understand where and what they are. And then we ran up to this next resistance level, $555.50. That's going to be the one we need to crack tomorrow if we want the market to continue to run green. If we don't, and it continues to run down, which you can see in post-market, we did have some news, some different things going on that caused the SPY to drop, but we're down right now sitting at $552.99 after closing at $554.32. What does that mean for us for tomorrow? Well, guys, we won't really know until 4:30 comes around in the morning, and we can look and see what the market conditions are showing us based on what the S&P 500 is doing. It's the very first thing that I look at when I wake up in the morning and I start looking at, understanding what the market looks like. It's the very last thing I look at before I go to bed. I want to understand the S&P 500 at all times to know what is it doing. Now, we had several stocks today that did follow and run suit with the S&P 500. I'm going to show you NVIDIA, okay? Had a pretty good run up, opened up this morning 107, went all the way to 110, and then we had some news that dropped it all the way down to 105, and it's there. It's at 106.79 right now, even though we closed the market at 109 today. And the news we had today was basically talking about, let's see if we can find it. There's different companies I shared yesterday in a video or this morning about Huawei, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but coming up with a new chip, so some competition in China for NVIDIA, and it's going to cause NVIDIA to go down. But either way, that's okay. They will recover, and you can see it didn't have quite such a bad day, and that news came in the day before. Now, let's go to some of these day trade stocks that we had, okay? First of all, I shared with you guys SoFi. SoFi was I couldn't wait, blue sky. Look at my blue sky, guys. What did I tell you about charting with me? Let me turn off my auto. Charting with me is basically, I put my blue sky level. If I can break my blue sky level, it's going to run. And it did. We pre-market pretty much had a down candle, met it at a double bottom, 1302, and it spent most of the pre-market morning running up into market open and earnings, which put it at $14.46 close on this candle. It spiked up with a wick, okay, $14.47, all the way to $14.51, guys, okay? I sold my SoFi stock. I got out just at about $14 and made a really incredible profit on it. And the good news is that now it's on a run and down. So if I wanted to, I could get back in at $1 less per share, even though my take profit was about $4 per share from where I went in. But this is fine. Let it run down a little bit, and I'll buy back into SoFi and maybe hold it again for a while and see what it does again. SoFi has the potential, and everybody believes it's going to go to somewhere about $19. Keep that in mind. Okay. Day trading stocks. Let's look. Okay. SoundHound. Listen, I'm going to just share with you guys up front. The market is so volatile right now with all the tariff talk and waiting to see what happens July 9th. And the president tonight had a whole rally talking about, how his first 100 days went. I logged into it a couple of minutes and he wasn't talking about anything new, wasn't talking about decisions he made, wasn't talking about trade deals, wasn't talking about any of that. And so I clicked back off of it, figured I'll catch it another time when I have a little bit more time to lose. But everything's running sort of still in the fear of the market. It's still volatile. SoundHound actually had a pretty decent day. Okay. If you ran it down and came in at this candle right here, opened 946 and got out at the high 970. That's not bad. That's a great take profit day, right? So SoundHound was one. Serve Robotics is another one. Same thing. Sort of followed suit with SoundHound. And then notice here in post earnings, it hit a candle, $6.38, wicked all the way up to $6.57 at the top of this thing. Okay. And came back down here. And this candle closed $6.59. So this actually was $6.68 at the top of this wick right here, but it didn't hold. Okay. So anyway, another good trade stock. Okay. APLD. I was a little disappointed in APLD today. APLD had some ups and downs today, but it had this amazing run yesterday. And like I said, I really thought it was going to hit $5 through the post market and pre-market. It was okay. And then it literally just basically did a drop. Now you could have made money here. Okay. Double bottom, $4.50, ran it all the way up, $4.59, opportunity to make money. I didn't touch it today though, guys, because I was watching volume and watching the sentiment of the candles and watching the 30-minute. And if you notice on the 30-minute, it really didn't have much green that was overtaking the red. It had a little bit here, but mostly red. And it's sitting right now at $4.49. It was at $4.94 high yesterday, guys. Really thought it was going to hit well, but it didn't. And that's okay, guys. Okay. Wolf, WULF. It's at $2.87. Also reacted to the news, had a little bit of a good uptick, ran down with the SPY, still kind of running down. It's at $2.87, closed at $2.92. Great opportunity to get into WULF at a lower cost per share. But let's wait and see what happens tomorrow. Might be a good day trade stock if we can get the momentum and the SPY and everything moving in the right direction. Ford, I'm not really touching Ford today. Now, listen, you guys probably think I'm crazy. I mean, you're looking at this 30-minute, right? Let's go to the 15-minute. It did run somewhat pretty well today. Ford did run pretty well today, but there was news about tariff talk saying that Trump said that he is backing off on some of the tariff taxes and that automobile manufacturers, okay, specifically the American car companies, would be able to get parts if needed at a very low specific tax rate. And so that did allow for the market to respond in a positive way in Ford and some other car manufacturing companies. I just didn't want to touch it today. I left it alone. But I can tell you that if I did, $9.98 open, ran all the way up, okay, at close, $10.60, not bad. That's basically, 26 cents. And if you continued it in through the post market, it ran all the way as high as $10.21, and it's sitting at $10.15 right now, which is about where it actually closed. So Ford for me, I've told you guys, is a $6 to $12 stock. When it sits at the high, in the high nines and tens, I usually sit on the sideline with Ford and wait to see what happens. But again, if you understand candlesticks and you're reading them properly, you can make a decision to get in and out of them. Okay. Another one was WOLF, and I'm going to go to my positions on this one because I'm in WOLF. And you see, it actually had this terrible run down. It was at $4.92. It ran all the way down here. I got into it at about $4. It's now sitting at $3.47 after market close. And not stressing about this because Wolf was doing some really incredible things. Another one we thought was going to hit the $5 mark. It didn't. And so here we go to the 4 hour. You can see that we've got some pretty good numbers, $7.60, all the way up here to, let's see, what's this? Over $11 up here to $17. So there's a lot of room for this to continue to go up. And I'm taking a chance on WOLF. I may day trade this one a little bit as well because it does have nice momentum and some good volume. Today was just kind of rough. It dropped and it ran, horizontal. But WOLF is another one we're going to be looking at. ILLR for you guys that are in it with me, it's at $1.32, closed at $1.39. This has just been really an incredible hold. And this is something that we believe there's going to be some sort of an announcement in the next couple of weeks talking about this stock, and that the fact that it could be the replacement for TikTok. President Trump supposedly is going to be putting out some tweets about it, and that may cause it to run. And, from what we're understanding, anywhere from $5 to $10. Again, not financial advice. You guys make your own decisions, do your own research. This is one I'm excited about. Lastly, I want to share this one with you because we did have a subscriber that threw this out at us, James. This is one that I'm also in today. I got in it at, let's say I waited until about here, so $3.81. I did run it all the way up and sold out of it at about $4.20. So James, thank you so much. You put some money in the bank and food in my kid's mouth. But then it did a hard drop, hard run. It was with the S&P news, and it ran down, and it's sitting at about $3.70 after market right now, which is not bad at all, guys. This one's going to continue to run. I feel pretty strongly about it. It had some really good news that I was researching myself. They are getting ready to enter into a partnership and an agreement with EDX Medical. And it's about cancer research and cancer detection, early detection of cancer. Guys, anything with that I love. James didn't know that. I have a lot of family that did pass away from cancer, so this one kind of hits a little close to home. Hey, if there's any chance that there's something out there that's good for the cause of trying to, move forward on cancer research, I'm in it. This is a long-term hold. If you really want to get it and hold on to it, I day traded it because it presented itself as a great option. I'm waiting to see what it does tomorrow based on this drop right here to see if it comes down a little bit more, and then most likely I'm going to go ahead and purchase shares in and see what they do. And I may not touch it again as a day trader. I just think you had a great opportunity to make some money on it quick today. The other thing that we're hearing, and I haven't been able to confirm it 100% yet, but there are several YouTubers and other people that are saying that Warren Buffett purchased a bunch of shares, dumped a bunch of money into Maine's Biomed. I haven't seen that yet. I know that Warren Buffett just made a purchase of $1.4 billion in basically a beverage company that their main beverage is Corona. So take a look at that. I don't know the ticker off the top of my head, but just Google Warren Buffett purchase. You'll see that. And I know there is some news about him purchasing into this company as well. And when Warren Buffett goes in, it's the Warren Buffett rule. Pretty much chances you can bet this is going to be a stock that's going to be pretty good, either short term or somewhere down the road long term. It'll be very well. So anyway, guys, tomorrow I'm going to be looking at ABLD again. I'm going to be looking at BBAI, which was another one that had a really nice day today. I'm going to watch MYNZ to see what it does. Fubu's got earnings on Friday. Matter of fact, we've got several earnings. I'm going to throw that up on the screen for you guys. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Humana, Caterpillar, Vulcan. Let's see, that's Vulcan Materials Company, Western Digital, Generac, International Paper, Gene DX, ADP Hess, GE Healthcare. Those are all before opening. So if you like to play earnings, those happen before open tomorrow morning. Then after closing, we got Microsoft, Meta, Robinhood, Qualcomm, Green Brick Fasteners. Never heard of them before. Albemarle, I guess it is. Albemarle. Pilgrims, Annaly, and CP, and also Prudential. So big, huge earnings day tomorrow. Thursday, we've got some huge names on there. CVS, MasterCard, SiriusXM, McDonald's, Builders First Source, AIG, Big Bear AI, BBAI. I just talked to you about it. I love to day trade that. Excited to see what earnings look like for BBAI, Reddit, Airbnb, Riot, Apple, and Amazon. And Friday, most excited about Fubo TV, and Wendy's, Cigna, Apollo. This is a huge earnings week, guys. So excited to be in the market, excited to see what earnings does, excited to see what our entire portfolio does tomorrow. But I'm going to say it just like I've been saying it the last couple days, guys. One tweet, one crazy tweet, and it's all over. It'll run red for the day. So we're hoping we don't get anything crazy based on tweets. We're also hoping nothing crazy comes out of the administration. We believe there's some good news on the horizon. We understand that the first trade deal has been negotiated and signed off on, but they are not releasing what country it is yet. There is some talks that potentially it's Japan or North Korea or South Africa or India, but we'll wait to see. They said they're waiting on their prime minister and then for Trump to release for it to be announced, and I'm sure he's going to be the one that wants to announce it. Probability is the market's going to run green once they start announcing that these tariff trade deals are underway, and it'll be good news for the market, good news for us. And I'm excited to see how that rolls. So, guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, then I would ask you, please subscribe. Please hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time that we drop a new video. And, guys, excited to see what the day holds tomorrow. I forgot to tell you also, MGM Resorts, which I'm holding stock in, has earnings tomorrow morning, moved from yesterday, or from early this morning to tomorrow morning. So be in that with me and see what MGM Resorts does. Guys, have a great night. See you tomorrow. Josh out. Peace.